Started off just quietly with one drink, ended up right in some foreign land.
How long have you been in Paris?
Actually this is the 10th anniversary. 10 years in June.
10 years?
Yeah.
And was it a struggle when you first came?
Well, not really, because I'd actually been here a few times before, and I'm sort of, I suppose, hate to admit it, bit of a francophile. So I came a few times before and did the whole leave Australia thing, as everyone does, and travel around for a while. And I ended up living in Morocco for half a year before I came to France.
Meeting place of adventurers, fugitives, criminals, refugees lured into this danger-swept oasis.
So you spoke a bit of French?
Well,
huh?
that's what I taught myself there.
Yeah.
So it made it a lot easier. And also after half a year living in a Muslim country, coming back to France was just brilliant. All of a sudden I can eat pork and drink wine and look at women in skirts.
You knew how much I loved you. How much I still love you.
You get a bunch of Australians together, particularly when they're travelling, you know, backpackers or whatever.
Yeah.
No, watch out.
Yeah, no, they're quite embarrassing to be honest. But,
Yeah.
yeah, but they are. But it was quite funny when I first came here, and I did actually meet up with some Australians, and one of them was Australian Italian, and he kind of hates the whole, you know, raucous Australian bullshit. And we were just having a laugh that it's really funny in France. They'll say like after work, you know, let's go and take a petit verre, you know, we'll go and have a little drink. Whereas in Australia, you finish work and you just go, let's go to the pub and get pissed, you know, like that's like, you know, that's the goal, that's what we're going to do. Yeah. And that's what they do. Everyone's drunk. Haven't they even banned happy hour in Australia now? Yeah. Because everyone's too drunk.
Well, you know, they're banning cigarette smoking in bars and restaurants here in France.
Yeah, 1st of January.
2008.
Yeah.
Next year, by 2007, it'll be in the workplace. Well, it's supposed to be banned in the workplace now anyway, but they're going to start fining people for doing it. But yeah, by 2008, no more fags in the bar. It's not going to work, is it?
I don't think it'll work.
It's not going to work.
I actually, I took a great photo of a guy once actually smoking a cigarette in the metro in front of a non-smoking sign. It was brilliant. Like, yeah.
But that's the French attitudes. When they're driving, they ignore the signs. And hey, isn't it weird how when you're a pedestrian here, you give way to the cars, don't you?
Yeah, you got to give way to the. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You do. Even when there's a little green man there, you cannot just step out.
Absolutely.
A motorbike will get you anyway.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I've been run over by a cab here actually.
Have you?
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. I was drunk, but he ran me over. And luckily I probably was drunk, I wasn't broke my arm. Yeah. But I was en route in front of the Pantheon coming home from work.
Oh yeah.
And he just ran me over. He didn't stop. He just ran me over.
Skid marks right up here.
Yeah, like blood coming out of me everywhere. Yeah. And so then I wanted to get a cab to go home, and no cab would pick me up because I was covered in blood. And
you stood up and you went, merde!
Yeah, I went, merde, yeah.
Putain!
Bienvenue en France, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Welcome to France.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually opened up my own company in France to work freelance, to DJ and do all this bollocks, you know. And at the end, I'm actually in the process now of closing it, because it's just not worth it. You don't come to France to be an entrepreneur. And actually the manager of that radio station said exactly the same thing. You come here to work for the man, and then the government and the man pays for everything for you.
I think most people work for the government here anyway, don't they?
Pretty much, yeah. They're all in, what do you call them, like, you know, public service jobs and stuff like that. Yeah. And they don't do anything. So if you basically, like, now I'm working, obviously not DJing, but, you know, my boss is paying my social charges and all this crap, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, now I get 5 weeks holiday a year, don't pay any, like, you know, medical things, all this sort of crap.
Beautiful.
35-hour week and a lunch and a meal every day. It's perfect. Yeah. Before, when I had my own company, you know, I thought, this is great, you know, everyone goes, oh, you're a gérant, you know, this is brilliant, you know, no bullshit, man, you don't get anything.
So you get those meal tickets, do you, the vouchers?
Yeah, well, actually, no, I just go to a restaurant and then pay for it and get the ticket and he gives me money back, yeah.
Because that's an interesting idea, isn't it? We don't have that in Australia, but you get a book of tickets,
I reckon they should, because I think the thing is, that's why I love France, getting back to why you live in France. Is that in Australia, you kind of, it's that thing, you know, you go up, you get a mortgage, you're at 30, you've got to have a mortgage and kids, and you pretty much keep up with the Joneses. When in France, no one asks how old you are. They don't give a shit how old you are. People just go, yeah, whatever, I do this. They never talk about how much money they make or what car they drive.
And that's an interesting thing, because on French television, you see, well, old people, you see people in their 60s and 70s, like, regularly appearing.
Exactly.
Not as freak shows, like regular Joes on a show.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's brilliant.
What are all these old people doing
What do they do? Yeah. And they're usually on the TV complaining about something, but like, I mean, at least they're doing something, you know. Like,
I could have my own show on television in France.
They're still doing it, yeah, exactly. But I know, I thought that's why I like France in those ones, because in France you're like, They don't. In Australia, I suppose, like the States, because you have to admit Australia is very much like America.
Yeah.
The two times I've been back since living here, it's just become more and more Americanized. And then 2 times I've been back to Australia, I've been to the States first, and then gone straight to Australia and realised that it's really Americanized. Fast food outlets everywhere. Everyone lives in the suburbs. I mean, they always live in the suburbs anyway. But in Paris, you actually live in a city.
I'll leave when the evening's over. Started off just quietly with one drink, ended up right in some foreign land. Drank a glass of scotch to hold her hand. I'll leave when the evening's over. I'll try not to say goodbye. Don't deny the haze is taking over. You're laughing at your elbows on the bar. She whispers in your ear and takes you far. The room is a blue slow motion. You stare as she cleans your face. She leads you through the crowd onto the pavement. It's lucky that you don't know who you are.